One of them will be returning to my game.
Oh my god. Ah, Adriana would be happy about it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm an episode delay. Yes. Okay. So I'll watch that tomorrow. So I'm going to script for my YouTube account. Okay. So I'm still having this emotion. I just want to make it faster. I just have to edit a little bit on my, you know, but this episode though. This episode is killing me. I feel for Adriana. Oh my god. Adriana gets the edit she deserves. Okay. So guys, I just finished watching Big Brother Australia 2021 episode 25. So before I start my own thoughts and reaction about it, follow me on Twitch, Marhel P, YouTube account, Marhel Reacts, and on the Twitter at underscore MarhelXXP. So like and subscribe to my social media accounts. And this episode is killing me because Adriana has been blindsided. Oh my god. Because I totally get her because I played an online game called Namesys here in the Philippines. It's an online game. Somehow social game, but you have to play online games for you to be like the you have the power to nominate and people voting you out. And I had this similar feeling when I was voted out. I got blindsided because of the people. Like there were certain people in the game that told me like you will be safe. Like yeah, you will be safe. Like just go to this room. I listened to them because they told me, and I have to earn their trust. I have to like go with them because um they told me so. And because in the previous challenges or episodes, we weren't like having social. I don't have a social connection with them. So um by listening to their idea or suggestion, I followed them, but my gut was like, don't listen to them. But I have to earn trust and I have to earn the loyalty because I don't have anyone in the game. I am a floater in the game. So I got blindsided because I got evicted. And after I was evicted, I called the people out before leaving the group chat. I was like, damn you all, you blindsided me. Like I don't know why I'm not a threat in the game. There are people a lot in the game are a threat. So like I did not recover from the feeling of being blindsided, and like I trusted this person. I trust your word. You give me my word that you will not evict me. And why did this happen? So I totally get Adriana's point of view because yeah, because yeah, were you like playing with real people, or it's like I was playing with the real people. Like we were 14 in the game, and currently we just the competition just already is done. So the people working behind that game is now editing all those conversations, screenshots, and the competition. So they edited, and people from the outside who or on the Facebook group called Namesys, there's episode there. So we're already in currently episode 6, and in this current episode that they're trying to release on the public, I am not yet eliminated. So I think on the next episode I'll be eliminated, and that's the time, like so because the game was like if there's you are the head of the investigator. It's like the nomination challenge winner. You win, and then you put people on suspects. Like you like the people on the not really the people on the block because it's called suspects, and the suspects after the suspects. So there will be a secret competition wherein like if secret competition anyone could join. It's like a vetoes kind of thing. But if you win, um, because like let me rephrase that again. The two suspects will be choosing two rooms. There will be black room and white room. So like, and also the head investigator will choose names. A name says and I like we will be giving code names. So the head investigator must choose code names from the players that he is against with. So it could be an ally with him, like that person could just give his code name, like, yeah, give me the names this thing, or like give me the power of the names is. So the head investigator is immune, of course. The names is an immune also. So like both suspects will choose a black room or the white room. So it could be that both of them are on the black room or both of them on the white room. So and also the rest of the players will also choose on which room to go, black room or white room. So if for example, like people went to this kind of room, like I went to the black room, and then like after all of us chooses the room, the last person or the namesist will choose what room she or he or she will go. So if like the black people or the black room is consists with uh if names is choosing the black room, that's where they have to evict one of the people inside the black room. While the white room, there is no names is there, so all of the people in the white room are safe. So you get what I mean. It's kind of complicated. So in the sticker competition, anyone could join. So if you're really a target on the entire on that game, if you think that you're not safe, you have to win that competition, because if you got the seeker power, you got to see where the names go. Like you're the names is the second to the last person who will pick the room to go. So like if the names is chooses the room, you as the seeker winner got to know where the names is heading at. So if the names is going to the black, so for you not to be part of that, you know, if you don't want to put yourself in danger, you put yourself in the white room, so you will not be eliminated. So even though that the seeker, even though like yeah it even though that you don't want it, like for you don't win the seeker competition, if you think that you are not in the room with the names is, you would still be safe. And yeah, so that happened. I just want to say that in my end, during the time, I went that person like, because there was a twist during that time where I was eliminated. So I because I'm having this busy life. I don't have a social game that time. I'm really ruined. I don't have an alliance, because it's my first time playing that game, and I was like I'm not looked in with that information. It's my first time knowing the whole, like, so it's hard to grasp all of the information. So I was like, I had it's like I am out of information. So that's why this person, I don't know what position he is. He just told me to go to this room. He told me to go to black, where in fact I want to go to white. But he said like, yeah, you will be safe. So I'll go. So you go to black. Unknowingly in my mind, he was the namesake who told me that go to black. So he went to black, and we're the only two people in the room. So automatically, since there's no one to vote for, unless this he's the only one who would, you know who would have cast to vote to evict me. There's no other person. So like, yeah, so that's what happened. I got blindsided. I was like, okay, I'll go to this room as long as you told me that I'm like I'm safe. Then I got mad about it, and before leaving, like the staff told me that you if you want to, tell if you want to leave messages. So I've dropped a lot of bombs there. Like, I'm not a threat on your game. Why are you trying to get me out? Not knowing on my end that there's a bigger alliance. There were only 9 left in the game. Yeah, we're nine. Yeah, we're no, we're nine in the game. Seven of them are in that big alliance. No, there were eight. There because this six out of seven. So the one of them alliance was eliminated before me. So there's six. Then there's two floaters. So that's what happened. I get evicted, and yeah. So yeah, my phone is about to die, so I gotta go. But thanks for streaming more. Good, you told them. Yeah, I told them like everything else. I would be the Ari in that kind of view. So hopefully that you'll watch my reaction tomorrow on YouTube account 9 a.m. Okay. Okay, Hesek, thank you for watching with me because I'll be saying a lot of thoughts about Daniel, Adriana, and Ari this time. So going to this episode, yeah, forwarding to this episode, the name sis has been like if you want to join that search name sis, name then SIS sis, okay. It's a Facebook group where we hang out. So well, have a good night, yeah, and God bless. Thank you, Yusuf. Bye bye. So today's episode is kind of interesting. I kind of like it. So heading to this episode, we got to see Tilly going into the mirror room. She was like going insane. She was singing a lot of unnecessary lyrics. Okay, she's going insane. But for me, if I were in the mirror room or if I would be isolated in the white room, I would be okay because I'm an introvert. So there's no problem. I could entertain myself without any gadgets at all. It's okay with me. So I'll be fine in that room. Of course, that's me. It's me. I wanted to be alone, and I'm in a good company by myself. So that's okay. So going back, there's also a conversation with Daniel and Marley about you know turning against Sid. They have been targeting Sid from that day point because Sid put them up for nomination. And it was heartbreaking for them to go against Tilly from the previous nomination. So they had that hard time and waking up without Tilly there. It was so sad. So next was the house task on the day 56. It was day 56, right? So they have a house task with a memory. So there are 12 items at the yard. They have to memorize every single detail that's in there because it's a memory challenge. So they have to memorize every detail there for only 2 minutes. And one by one, they will be called by Big Brother to the diary room, and Big Brother would call them to ask questions. So every round, it's an elimination round. So if you got wrong on the first question, you will not be able to go to the next round. So that's what happens. So they have to memorize with the zebra, the plant holder, the the bears, the cupcakes, the details of the parrot, the amount of money that's there, the tea, the orange juice, the cupcakes with a heart and a pink color, the chocolates, the wafers. So that's what happened there. So Big Brother told them that the reward, the winner of this challenge would be having a huge disadvantage on the nomination challenge. For me, on my thought about this, if this was the nomination challenge, if this has, it's a no- it's a mental comp, you know, like it's a fair game. Anyone could win this versus on competing with physical comps. Tilly would want physical comps. Marley would do it. Daniel would win. Christina would win it. Ari would win it. Aside from SJ hasn't won anything. So if this nomination challenge is if this is the nomination challenge, anyone could win. Like if there's memory comes on like before this, like Mary could win, Christopher could win, could, Gabe would win it. Like you don't know the play of the games. Like every nomination challenge is physical, and I hate it. So I think Big Brother Australia, please make mental comms the nomination challenge. That would be great. That would be like memory, like knowing the days, like if for example, what day was Lily get evicted, when was the time there's a fake double eviction where SJ and Mary was fake double evicted? What day was that? What who were the people who went on the block on this day on this nomination? That would be great. Like memory cons needs to have more shining there because it could have a fair game towards everybody in the house. So fair play. So SJ won that. I will not go each one of the rounds because but me doing that challenge, I would really uh I think I would probably uh nail that because I while doing the each rounds I guessed the all the questions correctly. Aside from the hello sunshine, I thought that it was, it only flashed once, so it was only flashed 1 second, so I did not get that part quickly. And also the $21.99. I thought it was $32, but if I was there for 2 minutes, I think I would grasp it because I have a short-term memory. So for me, having to ask me after that, I think I would have it, but like after 10 minutes or 20 minutes, and it's not important for me, I would not remember it. I would not remember. So that would I would have nailed it. So after that challenge, SJ won that, and for example, if the nomination challenge is that challenge, SJ and winning that, what would be the scenario like? Which I think she would put up. She would not put up S. She would not put up. I think she would put up. There's only people left. She's good in connection with Ari. She's good connection with Marley. She had a good connection with Christina. She had a good connection with Sid. She had a good connection with Daniel. So I think she had no great connection with Adriana. So I think she would go with Adriana as her target. Sid, I know, Christina and Ari, because she had a good connection with the three boys, I think. So I think that's gonna be her nomination. But she did not want that for the nomination challenge. It's a house task that's gonna have her a huge, huge, huge reward for the entire nomination challenge. So her reward is that there will be a replay advantage wherein if the first round after the winner of the nomination challenge won that and she's not satisfied with the result, if she felt like she did not win the challenge and wanted to play again for her the chance to win the game again, she could have used the replay advantage. So we'll go to that in a second. So nobody knew what's the challenge, what the advantage was. So they were kind of curious about it. So yeah, so they were preparing already for the nominations challenge. So going to the nomination challenge, there's a beam there that they have to travel, and there's a designated placement of the tiles. There's 25 tiles that needs to be posted along the pathway of the beam. So there's a designated placement of it. So they have to stack those 25 tiles on the designated white color. And after that, they have to roll that tiles as a domino effect. And if you accomplish the task, you will win that challenge. Sorry. So nobody knew still about that huge advantage of SJ, but so they had proceeded to the challenge and do that, and we have seen that Christina, Adriana, and Marley and Ari are doing great on the task, but you know, while in the mid play of the game, we have seen Adriana have fallen tiles, so they have to start over to zero. So all of those blocks there, and also Ari had he's only 8 blocks tiles left, but ended up to start over again. So we have seen Daniel, Sid, and SJ is not performing well, especially Daniel. He keeps balancing off. He's not really that good in balance. So, like I say, you're not good at everything. Okay. So going forward, we have seen that Christina's doing great about it. So she won that nomination challenge, technically. Okay, but Big Brother announced that they're with it's not done yet, but with SJ's power, SJ had a chance to replay the advantage, replay the nomination challenge because she's not satisfied with the result. That's what Big Brother said. She could use the replay advantage to play again for the second time. And then she said that she's naughty about the game. hmm While deciding it, Christina was telling her that she's safe. You're safe with me, SJ. So, like, but do not do it again because you're safe with me. You're not being putting up. So, if you're looking out for your game, don't put yourself on the block. I will not put yourself in. I will not put you on danger. That's what she meant. So, but if she wants to play the game, because for me, like what I said during the live, um, they have a good connection with Marley. And uh, earlier in this episode, she saw that she heard that Adriana, Ari, and Christina has been gunning to get out Marley, and she doesn't want that to happen because she had a good connection with Marley since the day one. So because they were aligned, SGR and Marley are aligned with Katie, Jess, Mary before. So for her to give a chance to Marley is a huge thing because she doesn't want Marley to go out. But on the other hand, it makes Christina on the other side wonder, like, are you teaming with us or not? Like, that's kind of fishy. So I understand that side of Christina and Adriana by wondering of why, but I also understand SJ's point of view. Like, she wants to protect Marley also. So moving forward, we have seen that SJ and Sid has been improving on the second round, but the people who are excelling are still Ari, Marley, Adriana, and Christina. But aside from Danielle, he's not performing well, so he's just sitting there like, "Go Christina, go Adriana, whatever it is." So Adriana did catch up. She won the nomination challenge for the first time. Congratulations. Back to back. Sid first time. And then now Adriana. The floaters of the game just won. Everyone has their own resumes, even SJ, because she has been had a lot of advantages and she hasn't been gone home twice. So okay, she's been saved twice. So going to that challenge, and Adriana was so happy, and she thinks that her babies are proud of her. I'm happy for her because her mom won the challenge again. Yay! Although that Adriana is part of Badania's team, but that doesn't mean I don't like her. I like her, so I'm happy for Adriana. She's she's so excited to win the game, but when she went to the diary room, it it's getting serious and she doesn't like to nominate people. But she casted to nominate SJ for the reason of doing that, the distrust. Like, uh, by SJ doing that, it made her wonder the trust issue. She thinks like, is SJ with us or is she trying to protect Marley and Sid? So I think I get Adriana's point there. So don't bash Adriana there because she sees it on the real, like, if she felt like if you're with us, then go with the plan. But that did not sit there well. So going with it, and then she put up Marley because Marley is not part of their team, and Ari, she was having that kind of hard decision of putting up Ari because she's aligned with him, but for Marley or Sid to get out of the game, she needs to have a squeeze vote, like she said, and she chooses Ari to put up on the third nominee. So going to the announcement of the nominations, Ari was shocked, but why? So Adriana had do something damage control by talking to Ari afterwards, and she confessed to Ari that you're not my target. I will never put you on the block as my target, but my target is SJ because of what had happened on the decision making she had done. That put her a target on their back. But for me, like why are you thinking about putting up you put up Marley, SJ and Ari? Like okay, I understand Ari as the safe vote. People are well, let's go for the Ari side. Ari, um people on the Facebook groups were kind of like, huh? Why did you not put up Sid? Like what I said, from the previous nomination, she I think she thought that Sid would put her put her up on the nomination because clearly Sid is not part of her alliance. So I think in that regard, Sid is not a threat to Adriana, and I think Adriana is not a threat to Sid. So for them to, and also both of them winning first time back to back, I think she's happy for Sid. So she says like, "I'm not a threat to Sid. Sid will not put me out." So I think she did not really wanted to put blood on her hands as well because Sid did not put a blood on her hand, on his hand by nominating Adriana. So I think that's what it. I think that's the point. Adriana, for me, I think she's more on leaning, evicting. By because if she will put up Sid there, people would have shift their minds because she's her target is SJ. So if Sid would be there and knowing that Sid is had won the previous nomination, clearly they want to evict Sid and not SJ. And she's not wanting SJ not to be evicted. So she needs another person to put up in there. She could not put up Danielle. She could not put up Christina. So I think Ari would be the best mindset for her. I think Ari. Because if Sid is there, Sid is going home, aside from SJ as her target. So that's what happened. So she basically tells almost everyone that she wants SJ to be gone because of the distrust. But unknowingly on her, although she wants to like Ari and Christina pulls her and tells her that Danielle would not evict SJ. They had a good relationship, but Adriana is convinced that I will tell Danielle and I will sway his vote to evict SJ. And they had a good relationship from the head to head of the house twist. In that span of 1 week, that really changed the gameplay of the relationship between SJ and Danielle. And I think Adriana did not see that. You know, if like Adriana should see that they have a good relationship already, and she should think that she should have thought that they have a good relationship, and Daniel would not put out SJ because they're both emotional players and they love each other from that point. So I thought that Adriana would really cast a vote to evict Marley over SJ because for me, why would you evict SJ as the person who is not a bigger threat, who's not good at competitions, who's not most likely winning competitions over Marley? Marley has won a lot of the games. Twice. Marley could win and put you on the block, Adriana. Diba? So I just don't understand the reasoning of her wanting SJ gone. Like, yeah, put up SJ as a squeeze vote again, but target Marley. I love Marley, but her reasoning on targeting SJ is just so weird. Like, I don't get it. I still don't get it. So, but that's her point of view there because of the distrust. Like, she thought that she cannot trust SJ from what SJ had done earlier. But you cannot really base from from what you have seen earlier to the entire gameplay. Like that doesn't mean that SJ is wanna play with these guys. Doesn't mean that SJ doesn't trust you. You know what I mean? But there's only seven of them, so like it's kind of like getting squeezed. But don't you think that Marley is the big, like, if the general context here, Marley is a bigger threat than SJ. You could just play SJ, like put seeds on her, like she will just say yes, yeah, yeah, like she just agree, like whatever it is. But at the end of the day, she's not winning competitions, so she have no powers. Unlike Marley would have the chance to win the game and nominate you. So don't try to really, like, you have to think hard. Marley is the best option to evict this episode, but that did not happen. so so Adriana's really convinced that her Tilly, I know her, Christina, and Ari alongside with Danielle would vote out SJ. So that did not go well. No, Adriana has no right, has no chance to vote to evict. Okay, so there's three of them, and they have to persuade Sid. But I did not. They didn't have a. We haven't seen a conversation with Adriana and Sid. Maybe it's edited out because it's not necessary with the result of the game. But I think they have, Ari and Adriana have talked to Sid about it by evicting SJ. But that did not came out. But I think they did. So going forward, Danielle and Marley had a conversation in the cave room about evicting Ari over SJ because and Ari and Danielle has been, you know has been sad thinking, blindsiding Adriana at this point by lying to Adriana because Adriana has been like, get out SJ. But for him, trying to protect Marley because they had the final three alliance with Tilly, he wants to he wants to protect Marley. I think that's loyalty there. So they are now really close tight and they've been working together already. So he wants to protect Marley because if he will not protect Marley, he will be the next target. Yeah, if Marley went home, he will be the next on the line for sure. For sure. So yeah, so that's what's gonna happen. So he wants to protect Marley for him to have a shield protecting him. I think that's what's his perspective there. So yeah. So by Marley on his side, Marley will be the threat and he will be Marley is protecting him. I think that's what gonna happen. That's his perspective. So he wants to get out Ari because he's the least person who's trustworthy in the game. So that's his reasoning, and all they have to do is to convince SJ and Sid. So I think SJ was convinced early, convinced easily because SJ is having a good connection with Daniel, with Sid, and with Marley. They have a good connection since day one. Although it was heartbreaking for her to evict Ari, she was kind of crying because, like what I said earlier in this episode, like Ari and SJ have a good game strategies all the time. Like what we have seen on the Eye, where Ari was like convincing SJ to pitch herself to win over the Eye twist, and we have seen a lot of them having conversations about game strat. So I think they have a good connection, but she has a good connection with Marley more than Ari. So it's really she's painfully wanted evicting Ari. So for me it's heartbreaking to see her that she's in pain by evicting Ari because they have a good connection. But this time it's really squeezing. They're in the end game, so they have to get people out. So Marley is her best friend. They've been working together since day one. So she'll go with the person that she kind of trusts more than the other. So that's what happened. So she's now convinced of convicting Ari, and then the Danielle the Great, although that's the person who wants to go out next is Sid, is making a deal again to Sid about evicting Ari over Marley or SJ or SJ. So like he tells um Sid about like, okay, let's vote out Ari instead of SJ because I think Ari is the least threat, blah blah blah. But trust me, blah blah blah. He didn't have the final four deals or anything, but just saying that let's just take out Ari. He could blindside me, he could blindside you in the next game. Blah 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 blah. Sid wasn't buying it. So is there something fishy about it? So so he wasn't convinced. But for him to trust Danny would have a great, you know, if he follow, I think in Sid's mind, I think if he would follow Daniel's plan, I think for him automatically they have a trust there again. So damage control from what he did from the previous episode, from the previous nomination. I think that's what he's trying to do if he cast a vote to evict Ari. So that's what happens for him. So he's not really buying it, but he's considering on evicting Ari over SJ because he will not vote to evict SJ too because they've been aligned together since day one, and not Marley also. Although Marley is his target also from the previous episode, but they've been also together playing the game together. So Ari is the person aside from the three that he's not really had a good trust, had a good communication as well. So going to the eviction room, they had these conversations. Christina wasn't involved in the question in the edit, and I was also kind of like sad because Adriana won the challenge, but she wasn't recognized, or I think she was recognized that she won the challenge, but then the edit it wasn't shown that Sonia praised her winning the comp. Why editor? We want Adriana celebrate. Like people would clap for her winning. But Christina would have won that though. But if Christina would have won that, would the nomination change? I think she would put up uh she would put up SJ Marley. I don't know. I think she had a good connection with Ari, their BFFs. I think with Sid. I think Sid. And I think it will really change the dynamics there. I think Sid will be going home with Christina. But they had a good relationship about like talking about because Sid did not nominate her from the previous nomination. So it really depends, but that did not turn out well. Christina did not want that. Adriana won. So this is where we're focusing now. So going to that, they had cast their vote with zero votes to evict Marley. I thought Marley's going home, of course, because it's the bigger threat. And SJ with two votes, and Ari completely blindsided. He thought that he's the squeeze vote. Adriana thought that he's a squeeze vote. People are playing their feelings, and for the eighth time that he's been there, it's his first time to be blindsided, and he's going home. And when Big Brother told him that he has 1 minute to say goodbye to his friends, he was, I totally get him. He was blindsided. Like what I told you in the game that I entered it earlier and this live on my reaction, I totally get him. He just don't understand what happened. Even Christina and Adriana doesn't know what happened to the results. They thought that Ari is safe. So without further, like everyone in the room was shocked. If like SJ, I like the four, but on the three, Christina, Adriana, and Ari were shocked, and the four of them were like, it's awkward. Are we hugging Ari? We blindsided him. So Ari was just getting out emotionally. He thought that he's safe. That's the biggest like for me. It's like for me, if you're gonna evict me, you just have to tell me the truth. For me not to be blindsided. I don't want people to blindside. I don't like what you said, Husak. no blindside, no, just no blindside, please. Like, if you want to get me out, just tell me in my face. I would understand the reason why you're evicting me. So the fakeness of the entire house is, yeah. So Ari went out on the house, but before he leaves, Big Brother told him to stop and go to the mirror room. He's not yet evicted, but he's safe. So he went to the room, crying, like he's very emotional about it. But he saw Tilly in the room, and Tilly was like happy, like, "Oh my God, there's another person coming in! Yay, yay, yay!" So, but Tilly had a want to have a revenge on Ari because he and Ari and Tilly had a good relationship in the house. So she thought that Ari would save her, but Ari evicted Tilly. So she was blindsided by Ari. So she's happy that Ari is with her on the room. And she doesn't want Ari to go back because she's going back. She wants to go back. So yeah, that's what happened. So let's talk about the mirror room on the next episode. But with oh my god, we've seen Adriana being shocked like what happened. Who did this? It's clear that Christina and her voted out SJ, and she already knew that Sid, Marley, SJ, and especially Danielle, whom he trusts the most, evict the person she doesn't want to go, and that's Ari. Ah, and that's so sad. It was. I was like, oh my god. So I was like, yes. From this day on, I'm rooting for Adriana, of course. Can we see more Adriana edit, please? I want to see more Adriana edit. Like, she was blindsided by. This is my take about it. Like, Adriana would respect it if Daniel would tell him his plan. Like, it's not about Ari getting voted out, like, or SJ is safe or whatever it is, but for her, Danielle and her has been working since the day she went in the house. And for Danielle, not telling her the plan is like, why aren't you telling me your plan? Are we supposed to be in an alliance? If you trust me and I trust you, you should have talked to me your plan and tell me your plan, and I would respect it. She was blindsided by this man. And it's telling, and I hope that Adriana will see that that you know that Danielle and Marley and SJ has been working together closely. So I think the five alliance is no longer exists because Ari just went home. It's every person's game from this point. Ariana is really sad, and I think I totally get her. You've heard my points of view already earlier. I don't need to say it again. What she put up as Ari instead of said I said that earlier, so you have to go back to that. I don't need to say it again. But for me, she was blindsided, of course, and I was like, for her, it was like so sad for her. Ah, and going to the diary room, like they had a conversation, like, I trusted you, Danny. Why are you doing this? Like, Danny would like, this is my game. This is how I am playing my own game. Blah blah blah. But you have an alliance with Adriana from the, so you're not playing with Adriana. You're just using Adriana for the long time. Because if you're an alliance, you have to tell your plan to your alliances. Like, especially with Adriana, you're being closely aligned with her since that's just the day she went in. But it's clear that Daniel have only used Adriana for numbers and Christina for numbers, not really with the game plan, with game strats and everything. So I think that I hope that Christina and Adriana will see that Daniel is not really with their side. They just uses them for numbers because Marley and SJ and Daniel has been working together. I hope that Adriana would see that, and I hope she's smart to turn against Daniel. And she went into the diary room and telling like, after I went out of this diary room, this is the new Adriana. You will never see this coming. And I hope that Sid would align with Adriana and Christina because Sid did not cast a vote to nominate them on the previous nomination. So I think the three of them would hopefully they would align. And on the next episode, we got to see the person who came back. It's either Tilly or Ari. So I hope the person that came back would go against Danielle and Marley and SJ. I hate to say this, but goodbye, Marley. Goodbye, SJ. Goodbye. Adriana, go for it. Christina, said the person coming back, please come back. Please do revenge things. If Tilly would come back, she would go back to Daniel's side. If Ari would go back, she would go to the Adriana side. So it's gonna be 4 versus 3 either way. So that's it, guys. That's the end of my reaction and my thoughts on this Big Brother episode 25. So what are your thoughts about it? I'm rooting for Adriana. Go, girl. Turn against your one friend. So I'm happy that she's turning against Danielle this time. Let's go. It's gonna be entertaining. So let's watch the next episode wherein like there will be housemates who will be greeting them. The evicted housemates will be greeting them. Good luck and everything else. Congratulations for the final 6. But Big Brother will unveil them the mirror room where one of one of either Tilly or Ari will come back and have seen Adriana's happy about like, oh my god. And I think she's hoping Ari could come back. Place. So that's it, guys. I need to stop this because I've been doing the live stream for a long time already. It's been 2 hours and 13 minutes. So, guys, please like and follow me on my social media accounts here. Follow me on Twitch, Marhelp, YouTube, Marhelp Reaction, on my Twitter at underscore MarXXV. Like and share this video, subscribe, and please support me all the time. Thank you guys for watching. See you on my episode 26 tomorrow night. I hope like 9 p.m. in the Philippine area and 11 p.m. on the Australian time and on YouTube account the next day 9 a.m. So see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice day ahead of you. God bless everybody. Thank you for watching with me. God bless. See you. Goodbye. Good night. Bye bye.